Someone asked me, how sure am I that people's investments in the capital markets are safe and secure? Now, let's go through this report. This report is by Capital Markets Authority. It's a government entity that is tasked with protecting your investments, as you can see, right? Especially for Omuntu Wawansi, the first unit trust or money market fund in Uganda opened in 2013. That's close to 13 years ago. That was UAP Financial Services, currently Old Mutual Investment Group. It was licensed by Capital Markets Authority in 2013. At the time, you know, depending on what you are trying to understand, you have to appreciate these investments are not your typical investments on the street. It's not the telex free, it's not the GNLD, it's not the network marketing. That's why they are not promising 50% profits, but they pay, and they have consistently paid around 11 to 12% per annum for the last 12 years. And the question is why? It's because of the products they invest in, which is mostly treasury bonds. Inherently, those products have always offered 15, 16%. So they have managed to pay that. And especially anyone who can afford 100,000, 200,000, you can grow your money consistently over time. You know, it's Capital Markets Authority. It's not, it's they are licensed, they are regulated, they are compliant and everything. Right now in 2024, we have seven of them. And let's go through a little bit of them to understand what they are. Where are they? Come on. Here, you know, we have Old Mutual. It has over 2.6 trillion. This is 2.6 trillion of people's money invested in. It pays out almost 200 billion every single year in profits. Over 200 billion, actually maybe close to 300 billion. We have ICEA, we have Sanlam doing an incredible job, we have Britam, we have SBG attached to Stanbic Bank. So if you bank with Stanbic Bank, you should be in a position to start to trust SBG. Those are sister companies. We have Zeno, one of the most highly innovative in the innovative space. Then we have Cornerstone, the newcomer. All of these can be any of your unit trust providers. And then you have to sit back and be like, okay, I want to understand the numbers. Imagine I'm at this point and I'm talking to people who are maybe 35 and above, where potentially in 2013 you were working. I'm going to make certain assumptions. In 2010, in 2013, you were working, right? And you could afford 100,000, and you took a leap of faith. There weren't so many people at that time, but there were those who managed to take the leap of faith. Imagine those who took a leap of faith and do a 10 million, 100,000 every single month religiously. These money market funds have provided close to 11% and above, sometimes even 12% a year. But I will use 11% because I don't know anyone which has gone below 11%. So at 11% consistently, and you keep on growing your money. And at this point, let's assume you were 25. Right now, if we come and you continue doing your 100,000 and we reach 2025 here, December, right now you are 37 years. Your 100,000 and the discipline would have moved you from where you are to earn almost 20 million here. And that is the power we are talking about, the power of growth and compounding. From 100 million, when you're from 25, by year 37, you're at around 28. And if you continue on that same journey, you know, up to, let's say, 2032, where is it? Where are you? 2032, December here, you are 45 years, 20 years later. From just 100 million, you'd have grown up to 80 million. And now you're about to enter into retirement. You have a nature, and this is for someone umuntu wansi. But let's think about someone whose fortunes have improved over time. So let's assume the first 2 years you are doing 100,000. Then starting in 2015, you increased that by to 150, and you did 150, you know. And let's assume by 2018 you increased that again to 200, you know. You keep on investing 200. And let's assume you survive the COVID periods and you reach the after the COVID, you increase that same one by to 300. You know, you just keep on 50% increase. By the time last year you'd have had 55 million. By increasing just from 100, every 2 years you increase to 150, the other 2 years you increase to 200, 250 to 300. You'd be, by the time you're 37 now, you'd be around 55 million. And by the time you'd be 45, you'd have over 180 million and earning close to 1.5 million in passive income. And at this point, all you're doing is putting money in a unit trust and allowing it to grow and compound. Remember, unit trusts automatically compound. So your money is growing every single day. You are earning daily and monthly, they compound. You earn it daily, monthly, they compound. You earn it daily, monthly, they compound. It starts and it never stops. So for someone who has that, and let's take it back and just be like, okay, no, Alex, all I could afford is my circumstances where they are is 100,000 throughout. How many people had maids in 2013 and you could afford to pay them 150,000? Actually, if you I have this assumption which it's a way that you do, if you want your house help, your house manager not to leave, introduce them to better financial planning. Send them this video and tell them watch it to the end. Allow them to every single month, for whatever money you pay them, let them deposit some of that money into the unit trust. They're going to get better return over a period of time that they will one day go and have enough money to buy 2 3 acres of their land anywhere. Because let's say even if it's yes, it is their dream, we can't take that away from them. But you would have given them the capacity for them to earn more, you know. And if I even if I'm to change this, we are in 2025. If I'm to change this to 2025, if you have a maid right now, you want by the time they reach 2028, you see, if they are depositing their 100,000, by the time they reach 2030, they work for you for 5 years. By 2030, they will have close to 10 million and they will be almost making the same money they are making from your salary. They are making almost the same money they are making by depositing. If you are lucky, they work for you for 10 good years. By the time you reach 2034, December here, they have doubled, almost doubled the money they are investing, they are saving, and having over 21 million. Now, this 21 million looks small money to many of us, but it's life changing to so many people. The people who can afford just 100,000, it's life saving. So you have to sit back and tell yourself, what can we give? What can we do? This is what we can do. This is what we can give. Introducing them. They have, like I've demonstrated to you, these entities we are talking about, they are here. They are regulated. I'm reading them from a report by the Capital Markets Authority. Capital Markets Authority, that even if when you go to their website, you will see those entities there. They are regulated, they are protecting, you know. The future is capital markets. Globally, the future is in stocks and equities. Our stocks and equities are not that strong yet. What is strong in Uganda are treasury bonds and unit trusts, which are the money market fund. We have still just few players, 7 players, so you cannot get lost in any of one of them. You can do this. Anyone can do this. And it's going to take be you and I who can know better to introduce these people to some of these products and say, get this 50,000 every single week you make, deposit it. Some of these funds, you can deposit your money using mobile money. Deposit it on the fund. Deposit it on the fund. It will be earning money. Every time you deposit your money there, it earns money. Do not keep money on the mobile money. And when it comes to withdrawing, every time you want to withdraw your money, you can get your money as simple, as quickly as possible. So why not take advantage of that? And when you have to look at it from 100,000 growth, is to literally say, hey, what will it be like in 2045 if you are to continue doing? I always want to visualize things, and I'm like, okay, like I say, I always love to visualize stuff. So, if someone who starts here, how do you grow exponentially? It's by taking advantage of the compounding power of the unit trust. That you are depositing just 100,000. How do I turn that into almost 100 million in 20 years from now? We are in 2025. Someone who did that, who could afford 100,000 in 2010, they are on their journey. You are in 2025. There is almost 100% certainty that you're going to be there. If you're 30, 35, you're going to be there in 2045, 20 years from now. How do you save 100,000 every single month and it grows? This is how it grows. You can see it's exponential. In the first few years, it's just low. In the first few years, it's just low. But as time progresses, it becomes an incredible power. It grows and it grows and it grows, you know. So do not feel like you can't do it. You can with just 100,000. So start your journey. Go to any of the unit trusts and you start your journey.